Hello yoga community, yoga family, welcome back to my channel, the best place to practice yoga both on and off your mat for your body, mind, and soul. Today's class is a full body flow to help us let go and release. Let go and release of whatever is taking up space within our body, mind, and soul, and that's keeping us from feeling whole. There could be so many things that you need to let go of, but I'm personally coming to my mat at the end of my workday feeling a bit defeated, a bit disappointed, and I had every opportunity to keep working at the computer, but I was like, I'm not getting anywhere. My creativity is zapped. My ability to concentrate has been depleted. And so the best thing for me to do now is to get on my mat and replenish myself, right? So I'm letting go of the pressure to keep producing. And I'm going to invite you to let go of whatever it is that's not working right now on this mat with me. So this will be a slower paced class, but we will tend to the entire body. I am going to recommend that you have 2 blocks. You're really going to enjoy the practice more if you have 2 blocks and a blanket. So gather your stuff and let's start at the top of the mat together. Keep the blocks off to the side. You'll need them shortly into the practice here. Feet are at a comfortable hip width distance. We're gonna move pretty vigorously in the beginning and match our movement with the inhale and the exhale. This opening movement is intended to help us shift our state of being. So whatever is currently keeping us stuck, small, feeling self-centered, insecure, this movement that we're about to do is a great tactic to get you out of that place. All right. So I like to take my feet a little bit wider for this and generously bend my knees. Inhale the arms high. Exhale, fold forward. We'll move a bit quicker. Keep the abdomen engaged and awake to help support the lifting and lowering movement. Inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth. If at any time you need to pause and collect yourself, invitation to do so. We're going to see if we can go for a few minutes here. I know that sounds absurd, but we're really trying to change our state of being to make that transition, that shift, so we can come back to our wholeness, come back to our center. Keep moving with me. Push down through those strong legs to rise up. Last minute. We're doing this for 3 minutes total. Crazy, I know. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Keep moving with me. You might start slowing down, or you might feel like you've got a burst of energy and you're going to pick the pace up. Last 30 seconds. Last 3, 2, and when you get down here, hang heavy. Hands on the ground, steady yourself. Relax the head and neck. If you're feeling the urge to maybe bend down into malasana for a moment, that's fine. Or hang here in ragdoll. Once you feel steady, maybe cup both elbows. Draw the sides of the waist down. Last 3 breaths here. Head and neck hang heavy. Jaw softens. Release the hands. Bend the knees even deeper, belly to spine, head and neck heavy. Once again, roll the body up. Stand up nice and tall. Tadasana. Roll the shoulders outward, palms face forward. Stand tall, stand steady, stand strong. Just take a moment. What shifted? What feels different energetically? Inquire within. What feels different energetically? Step to the top of the mat if you're not already there. Inhale those arms high. Gaze at those fingertips. Exhale, lower down. Let go, let go, let go. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, you're gonna need your blocks, okay? So get your eyes on them. Step the right foot back. Soften the knee down. Locate those blocks. Place them on either side of the left foot. They can be on the tallest, the medium, or the shortest setting. Inhale here, low lunge. Exhale, tuck the back toe under, shift hips back, half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana. Inhale forward, Anjaneyasana. Exhale back, Ardha Hanumanasana. Hanumanasana. That's a tongue twister. Inhale forward. Lift the chest, exhale back. And now let's hold each one. Inhale forward, low lunge. Invitation to reach the arms high here. Roll the right pinky edge toe down. Spiral the right inner thigh back in space. Left front knee drawing towards the midline. Lift up through the side body, all the way through the fingertips. Gazing forward, acknowledging that you are on your mat, caring for yourself, and intentionally saying, I'm gonna let go. Last breath. Hands come back to the blocks. Shift those hips back in space. Half splits. And then invitation to keep the foot flexed or move from flexion and then point the foot, flex the foot, point the foot, and see how that feels here. At any time you can adjust the setting of the block as well. And then pausing in stillness for at least 3 breaths. Spine is elongated, left leg is awake. Bend that front knee, set the blocks off to the side, curl back toe under, step to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Lengthen from tail to crown, hold here. Firm the arms as you push them into the shins. Really help yourself create that length through the side body. Navel pulls up. Sometimes I like to pause here and really feel the strength that's available in this posture that's super common throughout the practice. Another inhale. Exhale, step the left foot back, please. Soften the knee down. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, hips go back. Just noticing the difference in the sides here. Inhale. Exhale. This time, inhale, come forward, holding low lunge. Choosing, are my hands staying on my blocks because it feels so supportive, so grounding, so stabilizing when I'm trying to let go and release, or would I like to extend my arms up towards the sky? Left pinky toe rolls down. Inner thighs are coming towards one another. There's a scissoring action happening in the lower body, and then lifting up through the waist, all the way to the fingertips. Another inhale. Hands come back to the blocks, possibly the floor. Hips shift back over the left knee, coming into flexion with the right foot first, pausing here, and then maybe moving, oscillating between pointing and flexing. And then pause for 3 full breaths. Each exhale is an opportunity to release a little bit more of whatever that energy that you're no longer wanting to entertain. Whatever energy, state of being, thought pattern, emotion, story, conversation that you're no longer wanting to entertain. Intentionally give yourself permission to let go with each exhale. And shift the hips forward. This time, place the blocks off to the side. You will need it in just a moment. Come into downward facing dog. And in downward facing dog, you're going to grab the block again. Place it on the tallest setting. Forehead's going to connect with the surface of the block here. So take a moment, get yourself set up. Third eye center, ajna chakra rests on the surface of the block. And then we're not leaning into the block to the point where the body doesn't need to work anymore. We still want the palms pressing into the mat, arms firming, spine lengthening, lifting back through the hip creases. Knees can be bent or working towards straight, whatever feels best for you to be able to hold this. We're here for 1 minute. The wound or shadow of the ajna chakra is illusions. And so what are the illusions that you're subscribing to, that you're seeing, that you're believing? And you don't need to name them specifically here, but maybe just imagine that those illusions are being released from your third eye into this block and back into the earth plane. Each exhale is carrying them out of you. Last breath here. And soften the knees down. Again, Keep the block here. Forehead rests atop it in child's pose, balasana. Arms extend long towards the top of the mat. And this time, third eye center still connecting with the surface of the block. Having intentionally released what's not working, can we call in possibility? Can we call in intuition? Can we call in dreams and visions? Each inhale, calling this in. Yes, life is difficult, and yes, we can still imagine. Yes, there's still so much possibility that's available. We'll be here for at least another minute, so if you'd like to bend the elbows, spread them wide. Allow this posture to be a bit more restorative. Please join me. What's possible when we intentionally make space for our visions and dreams? What's possible when we intentionally realize I'm stuck, I'm feeling insecure, I'm playing small, my thoughts are completely self-centered? What's possible when we at least recognize that and then make a shift? Leveraging our yoga practice as a tool to help us do that. What becomes possible? Let's get curious here. What are you seeing with your mind's eye? Or should I say your third eye? Last breath, inhale, call in what you see. Exhale those illusions, what you no longer need. Beautiful. Slowly lift the torso. Find your blanket if you're using one. We'll need 2 blocks again. Shifting to come into a seated forward fold. And if you don't have 2 blocks, that's fine. You can come into a knees bent forward fold if you've got the blocks, 1 under each leg, and you're sitting on the edge of the blanket here. So reposition any way you need to. I'm actually not on the edge of my blanket. Give me a moment. Okay. So edge of the blanket to help tip the pelvis forward. Blocks underneath the knees here. Heels grounding into the earth plane. And then just allow yourself to fold forward. You can clasp your hands around the soles of the feet. This is a yin pose, so you don't need to flex the feet with power or strength. Allow yourself to fold forward and be. We'll hang here for about 90 seconds. As you hang here, breathe into the back body. Each inhale, feel the lumbar spine inflate. Each exhale, feel yourself being nourished. We all know the more we care for ourselves, the more those possibilities become available to us. The more we resist self-care, the harder it is to bring our visions into fruition. Inhale, breath inflates the low back. Exhale, receive nourishment. Anytime we fold forward in a yoga class, whether it's standing or seated, it is an opportunity to turn inward and practice self-reflection. Forward folds are calming. They restore the senses. We're not gazing outward. We're not distracted. We're really turned inward. And so this is such a good time to reflect. Last 30 seconds. Reflect on what you need to let go of, what you want to release, what's not working. And inhale to gaze forward. Beautiful. Walk the torso back up, remove the blocks, and come to lie down on your back, knees bent, preparing for bridge pose. Feet planted, knees bent, hip width distance with the feet, palms down by your sides. We'll move dynamically to begin. Firm the abdomen, feel that bracing action happening. On an inhale, lift the hips, arms come overhead, push down through the big toe in the center of the heel. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release. 3 more. Last 2. And 1. And allow the legs to windshield wipe from side to side. Pause the next time the legs fall over to the left. Right arm out to the side in goalpost or extending straight out. Legs back through center, legs shift to the right. Left arm out to the side now. Legs come back through to center. Lift the hips, find your block again for restorative bridge. If you don't have a block, walk the feet as wide as the mat and let the knees knock in towards one another, okay? Otherwise, if you have your block, lowest setting or the middle setting is my recommendation. You want that block not on your lumbar spine, but right at the sacrum so that the lumbar spine is draping off and down the block actually. Feel free to wiggle and shimmy until you find that nourishing sweet spot. Lengthen through the back of the neck as the shoulders roll outward. Palms face up towards the ceiling. We'll be here together for 2 minutes. Give the earth plane permission to support you. The more supported we are, the less fearful we are of letting go of whatever it is we're attaching to. Whatever outdated, limiting way of being that we're operating from, the more supported we feel, the easier it is to let go of that. And I'm really speaking to myself here, hoping that it resonates with you. In these last few moments, connecting the dots, all of us have ways in which we operate that don't serve our highest potential, that don't serve our inner divinity or soul. And all of us have ways in which we know if we operated, if we called in the support that's available, then that would lead to the possibilities, to our imagination coming online, to our intuition strengthening and awakening, and to our visions and dreams unfolding. It's this domino effect that happens. And so with that said, is there one specific way that you could support yourself? That would help you let go, create a new way of being, and make it feel possible to have your visions and dreams versus them being lucid, intangible, and very far away. What is that one supportive thing? Push into your heels to lift the hips up and remove the block if you are there. Roll onto your side. Meet me in a seated posture, please. Excuse me. In your seated posture, we're going to take a mudra before we end together. This is the pranidhana mudra for letting go. It's a gesture of surrender. So bring the thumbs to connect with both the middle and the ring fingers. The index finger and the pinky finger extend, and then connect those two fingers together. Index, pinky finger connect together. And then you can float this mudra right here in front of the navel, or you can rest the wrists atop the thighs here. Whatever feels most comfortable and less distracting for you. And then from this book that I'm using, we'll repeat this mantra internally. As I let go of the need to control, my life becomes an effortless flow. As I let go of the need to control, my life becomes an effortless flow. So one final minute here, repeating this affirmation. As I let go of the need to control, my life becomes an effortless flow. As I let go of the need to control, my life becomes an effortless flow. As I let go of the need to control, my life becomes an effortless flow. Continue repeating that statement. Last few breaths. Last few repetitions. Release the statement, the affirmation, the mudra, sweep the arms out to the sides, gather up the work we've done here together today on the mat, palms touch, hug them into heart center, Inhale for Om with me. Collective reset breath. Exhale, let go, release. Open your eyes. So now's a really good time to turn to a journal to write the number one thing that you're needing to let go or release, the number one way in which you can support that letting go process, and then what you think will come into fruition, what you think will happen, what's possible, what dreams and visions will become more visible, right? More real, more tangible when we do those other two things, when we identify what we need to let go of and what we need to bring in to support ourselves, right? So now is such a fruitful time to turn to your journal. Thank you so much for joining me. I almost didn't get on the mat to film. I'm so happy I did. I'm so happy you joined me for this practice. Now the real work begins, right? We step off the mat and we actually take these lessons and bring them into our life so that we can live more whole and complete. And hey, if you love this style of practicing, number one, subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Number two, get my yoga reset guide. The link is in the description below. It is an at-home chakra system reset experience. If you like the chakra system or are curious about it, this is such a great way to do a deep dive from the comfort of your home and for free, and you can get to know me. All right, so that is in the description below. I'll meet you back here as always to continue practicing.